welcome back to the 2025 NCAA Men's Lacrosse Championships preview press conferences. We're here with Dickinson head coach Dave Webster. For the media members here in attendance, to ask a question, please use that raise hand function, and then I will call on you. But first, we'll turn it over to Coach Webster for an opening statement. So, Coach, whenever you're ready.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate this opportunity. This is all very new for me and for our team, so it's we're just humbled by everything and just with a lot of gratitude going into this experience, and certainly just excited for the opportunity to keep playing and competing. And for weeks now, we've been talking about just keep getting better, and we've done that. And so here we got another week to try to do the same thing.
Great. Thanks, Coach. We'll start things off with Dan.
Coach, I'm coming in for the heavy hitting scout information. There's a lot of guys when you look at the jumbos that you could prioritize. Who will you guys kind of spend the most time preparing for, or what will you spend the most time kind of preparing your team for?
Yeah, great question. I think it's less about who and more about just style of play. We certainly have contrasting styles. They're all about pace and tempo and volume shooting, and they know who they are, and they do it extremely well. And we're finding some success going kind of the opposite way, with a little slower and grinding things out. And that's why we frankly weren't so successful early in the year, because we didn't know who we were. And we're took us a while to kind of find that identity. And once we did, we've just gotten better with it. And so we know who all they're so talented in terms of that pace and pushing things, and their defensive rope unit, their poles, short sticks, being able to produce offensively, and their attackmen are all fantastic. So we all know the personnel, but it's more about just style of play.
All right, Kyle.
Coach, looking at your schedule, just looking at it without even watching the games, you go from having a rough 3-game stretch out of the Mustang Classic. You go through, you lose a game to Gettysburg in the middle there. But other than that, you've basically been controlling a lot of the games and getting wins. What changed after the Mustang Classic?
Two things. One, we had 16 guys hurt and not playing the second day of the Mustang, and carried that into the start of our conference schedule. So we were kind of limping through the middle part of that season. When we got healthier, and as I just said, when we started to figure out who we were and then really getting good at that, everything followed. So we needed to simplify things. I think our guys started the season with some expectations that maybe weren't appropriate for this group, and had to adjust some of our mindset and the way we were preparing. But when we started getting healthy and we could lock some guys into certain roles and just have some consistency with the lineup, it certainly made a huge impact. And then just, again, that's that style of play, figure out who we were and get good at those simple things.
Dave.
Hey, Coach Dave Ryan here. Looking forward to calling the game on Sunday. Congrats. This is pretty amazing for you guys. What's this experience been like, making history and getting there for Dickinson?
Yeah, it's been awesome. It's been so rewarding. And I think more so because of the adversity we faced early in the year. I don't know, maybe you guys know, but how many teams have been to the championship with 5 losses? I can't imagine many. And so we've really kind of, it's been rewarding to see, work through that adversity, learn, grow as a result. But it's not only special for our team, our young men, but also for Dickinson College. This is the first national championship for any sport, any team sport here. So pretty special for everyone at this community.
Wow. I bet you a lot of emails and texts from people pretty excited.
It is. Hearing from former players and I was just sharing with our team this morning, hearing from students at Dickinson that I never met, and they weren't athletes, and just proud alums, and just excited about this game and this opportunity. It's kind of a rallying point for the entire college, and been a lot of fun.
Last one quickly for me, Coach, just about your keys generically, all phases of play on the field. What has to go well for you guys to really click?
Yeah, we'll keep coming back to it, but it's about pace. We know how fast they want to play and how good they are when they do that, and we've got to make it more of a half field game, and to do that, you've got to win a lot of possessions. You got to be successful facing off and ground balls, and the rebound opportunities at both ends are so critical. And if we can play more to our style, which is half field, and prevent them from getting the shots that they want to get in transition, and make it more a slower pace. That's certainly our goal. We both know coming in what they're good at and how they want to play, and what we're good at and how we want to play.
Thank you, Coach. Talk some more this week. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Matt.
Coach, congrats. How do you balance this? Like, we're David facing Goliath versus like, we're confident in what we've done to get here. And we, I guess, what's the messaging like for you in the locker room when you face this matchup, being the Cinderella, so to speak?
Right. Yeah, great question. And so we've had the last 3 games essentially have been the same scenario, from Salisbury to RPI to RIT. Very similar. We were big underdogs in all of those games, and I'm going to give you lots of cliches, but it's true. We just made it more about us, and about staying focused on that play, and about, again, just being who we are, and not getting caught up in them or two. We've taken our scouting reports from a couple pages or volumes about the other teams to really condensed and shortened it to really focus on our effort, our execution. And so that will continue to be the same message. We know what everyone's playing for. We understand that. We've been pretty good at being focused on the process, and really process driven, and we'll continue to really make that our absolute focus.
Kyle.
Coach, you kind of touched on the Cinderella nature of your team, but are you aware that everyone in D3 wants you to win this game? You are playing the evil empire. Everyone in the NESCAC is rooting for you too. How do you feel about that? Is that something you're aware of, or is that something that gets talked about in the locker room?
Yeah, I'm certainly aware of it, because I've been overwhelmed by hearing from a lot of coaches. I've been a head coach for 34 years, so I've been around for a while, and know a lot of guys, but I'm hearing from a lot of guys that I don't know, and I think it's more just some people appreciate what we've done, from being 3-4 and getting really destroyed at the Mustang Classic to playing much better lacrosse. And I think every coach has experienced that at some point in the season, and see some, I don't know, maybe some inspiration, some hope for their programs, that you can have that kind of start and make some changes and adjustments and work really hard and get better. So I'm humbled by it. I love hearing from my colleagues. It's pretty cool in the lacrosse world to do that. And I think it's also just a testament to Casey and Tufts' success and their standard and the consistency. So it's really a testament to how strong they have consistently been. So I don't know if it's the evil empire Cinderella, but certainly we're new to this, and it's exciting for us. And I do think it maybe gives a little hope to other colleges and programs similar to ours.
Dan.
So, Coach, I feel like one of the biggest things that you will have to do, right before game time, is decide where you weight the pregame speech. Is it emotional, or is it a little bit grounded? If you had to give us a decision right now, are you going to go with the emotional high stress, high pull, or do you think you're going to kind of keep them a little bit more even keel and let the landscape do the work for you?
Yeah, that's interesting question. And so our tradition is, and for the 24 years I've been at Dickinson, we do this. We meet the night before the game in our locker room. And that's kind of where those conversations happen. I think it's important, particularly on a residential campus with a lot of distractions, to kind of get the guys away from that and kind of centered and focused, and have those conversations that night, to allow those things to kind of sink in. So that the pregame speech is not much for me. I said it the night before, and it's some of the players, the captains, and the leaders who kind of give some of that juice right before the game. But we're pretty good about having a consistent message, and I have found with this team and this year that it's less about kind of that intensity and fire, and more, again, just about the process and about the specific actions we want to focus on the next day. There's certainly some meaning and inspiration and depth behind it, but it's not. I've had teams in certain seasons where it was more fiery and intense. That happens more, I would say, the week of practice and preparation, and I'll bring some of that juice today at practice, I'm sure. But the night before the game will be more kind of even keeled, and again, about, we need to do these things tomorrow, and do them with high levels of effort and execution. And then the next day before the game, we'll just connect to remind them about those things, and what a great opportunity and how blessed we are to do this. And let's go do our best.
All right, David, last one.
Coach, this is something you and I haven't actually had a chance to talk about. When you take a step and you look back at it, how gratifying is it for you to know that you're one game away from leading your alma mater to the national title?
Well, I've been reminded by a lot of the young men I had the opportunity to coach when I first got here. So again, 24 seasons ago, who reminded me that when I arrived and Dickinson hadn't had a lot of success at that point. There wasn't a huge commitment to the lacrosse program. And we started with a vision in mind of being at this stage, at this opportunity. It's taken a while. But yeah, it's certainly rewarding and again, humbled. But these guys who've been part of that, there's 24 years of seniors who've all worked to help create this program and this opportunity. So yeah, we're really excited about it, and I'm trying to stay even keeled in my approach and not get too high about it. We're just, again, trying to go out and get better today and do our best and focus on who we are and playing a certain style and being really good at it.
Coach, thank you so much for your time this morning. I know it's a very busy week, but congratulations on the success, and good luck this weekend.
Thank you all. I appreciate all you guys doing all this and helping elevate Division III lacrosse. Thanks.
Thanks, Coach.